possibly get, okay? I saw this video that Decoy Voice made this morning, and I just finished a 2-hour video of the BS coming out of Minnesota. I don't want to add this into it, and you guys have to see this. It's insane how far left the left continues to go. Like, loony left, like they're going to a loony bin. This is insane. Okay, let's go see this really quick. If you're new here, hello, hi, I am Heavenly. It is nice for you to join me today. And we are reacting to Decoy Voice. Let's jump into this quick and you guys can see why I am tripping.
ICE agents pose a threat to everyone. Current guidance is inadequate. We are empowered to ask agents to leave if and only if they are harassing or disrupting business.
Okay, yeah, just like how when these employees, or not employees, these activists yell at Target employees, you need to quit your job to stop ICE from operating in your parking lot. Federal law enforcement, and even local law enforcement, doesn't need your permission to arrest criminals. I know you guys have a view of yourselves, but this is not the real world.
The only way to prevent this from happening in the first place to our customers or us is to prevent them from access to the premises outright. That is our...
So yeah, they are protesting at Starbucks. Aside from that, what I really wanted you guys to see right here.
Because I think that they are well-intentioned, low information. They get here because you have stuff like this. I'm not gonna play this video because it's
this
but you can
so
tell
sad
it's
to me.
Looks like a kindergarten classroom. They're getting programmed like this. And it happens at a very young age, getting indoctrinated because you don't get here without a lifetime of this. But the sad part is, all the high school kids walking out, it's a very, very dangerous situation. They're running on cars, they're out there in the snow. And just like I said in my previous video, where they're using the kindergarten kids to march in the streets, and I think they should be sued to oblivion. That's cool. They're letting the high school kids walk out and protest. I said in this video over on in Decoy, it's only a matter of time before one of the kids gets hurt.
Yeah, so these are stories that the left is going to refuse to cover because they want people to continue to go out there and risk their lives, their children's lives, for clips. They want to be able to clip these people getting hurt so that they can anger more people on the left. And it's insane that they're literally using the children. I would call this grooming, not just indoctrinating. This is straight up grooming.
All fun and games when you're in the classroom brainwashing them. All fun and games when they're just on a car. But eventually, and we can't play the video because it is them getting run over, in Nebraska, the kids walked off campus. Stop it. This girl, they're protesting, they have anti-ICE signs, they think they're defeating fascism, they think they're doing the right thing. Walking out in the street with a sign, gets run over by this car. And they say, hit by a car, okay, KTLA saying Trump flag. In a protest against Immigration and Customs Enforcement, yep, they should have been in school. According to local news reports, a victim was transported to a local hospital, and they've identified the driver, who is a juvenile. So again,
I didn't hear about that, and I'm on the right. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. And it happened 9 days ago?
Wonder what they're going to do about this, but if only they were allowed, if only the parent could drop off their kid at school, and the kid would remain in school and learn how to read, learn about science, learn about how to become an adult that can contribute to society. If only there was a place that our government tax dollars, or our tax dollars, could provide safety and security, not being run over by another kid because you thought this was important. The adults perpetually in school, I'm talking about the teachers, know so much about the real world, know so much about law and order. I'm sure all these teachers used to be cops. They used to be business owners. They used to be doing something to contribute to something beyond the classroom. Again, I'm not trying to look down on them. I'm just saying, I don't think the teacher that went to school, went to college, and then went back to school to live the rest of their days, I don't think they're necessarily the most well-versed in how the world should work. I don't think they should be taking their activism and putting it on the young and impressionable minds.
And you know what? Asmongold talks about this. He actually said, I liked his idea. It was, there should be a pipeline from the military when they're leaving to becoming teachers. And I think, yeah, he's right. We do need something like that.
So they're out there going to work saying, we need more money because of ICE agents are in here, and also teach the kids how to go in the streets because this is all.
Not only was there a student run over, let's see, that something else happened This man's child was taken to a protest without his knowledge.
To be done about it. No, this guy is straight up saying it was his kid in a middle school that was being used as a prop to march against ICE without his knowledge.
It's called and said that his school just brought him to a protest. So he's currently at a fucking protest. I'm fitting to go rage.
And I thought with just a selfie camera, could this be like a troll? This didn't really happen. He's just doing a skit from TikTok. No, I'm thinking this is real.
Who the fuck said you could bring my child to a protest?
Off campus.
Any of our kids to a protest. They see what's happening today.
And the thing is, just shortly, even before that girl got run over by that car in Nebraska, in Los Angeles, all those kids walked out of school. They went outside. I think it was City Hall somewhere. And one kid got knifed up really bad. He was in critical. They don't like to talk about that. It definitely happened. Your kids are in
I didn't hear about that either. Did you guys? I didn't. That's crazy.
significant more danger outside of school grounds than they are in the classroom learning science and math.
Bringing kids out there now. Purposely in schools. Washington State. Send this out. Washington State. Sending their kids to protest. I'll see you soon. Let me give you a little rundown on the way there. White Center, we call out here Rat City. If anybody from Washington State knows this Rat City is not an area. Bring kids, let alone bring kids to a protest in this piece of shit city. If anybody knows White Center, you know Rat City is dangerous.
So he knows the
Why are
area.
you bringing our kids into dangerous territory with protesting going on?
Yeah, so they all just got back before I can get here.
Okay, so the police brought them back in. But they definitely were protesting. You see the signs. It's raining out there, so it's super dangerous for them to be outside like this.
Did you consent to that?
I didn't want to.
You didn't want to do that.
No, after the cops came up, one of the guys was like the guy with the megaphone, like a kid, who's like, do not talk to the federal thing bobs, whatever it is.
Believe I will be at the next school board meeting. You'll see my next video.
Yeah, it's a problem. Now, the one thing I didn't like about this
That's so awful.
is the proposed community notes on this was a student-led protest / walkout, not organized by the school. I don't
So why was the student forced then? Duh.
care. Maybe things have changed, and maybe the school is less violent than the school that I was in. But essentially, as soon as school got in order, they locked us in. Like they padlocked the gates. Like there was no walking off campus in the school. If all of a sudden all the kids decided to protest and walk out, they said, "Oh yeah, this is the students maintain the First Amendment right to get granted to all Americans to protest." They don't get the right to leave campus. There's cops there. Like at least at my school, you'd be arrested if you tried to you'd be truant. If you try to leave campus like that, they're gonna stop you. There's no way they can do this. Yeah, organized by the teacher. I 100% believe this was organized, or at least they were aware of it and did nothing to stop it. If the school board knows there's this mass walkout on this day, they should do something to counteract it, not say, you know what, we agree with the protest and your First Amendment.
This is where we've come to. All I know is I'm grateful my kids are not in these f***ing buildings. All right, let's end with seeing some students' words at the protest. And, you know, if they really are being taught something and they have something to share, I feel like they should be able to get their message across, especially if they're in school, right? They should be able to vernaculate their point to these people. They should be able to express themselves without emotion getting in the way. That's kind of what you go to school to learn, right? How to behave properly and how to get your point across. I would assume that is something you're learning there, right? I feel like that's something I learned when I was in school. So let's go see.
Jesus. They're proudly doing this, but again, I don't necessarily blame them for being brainwashed, because there are individuals who say, fight fascism, cannot identify it, the teachers will tell it to you, these Starbucks employees will tell it to you, and they end up like this, very, very, very uneducated, and it's unfortunate because it's happening everywhere.
How are you protesting today?
We're protesting ICE.
Why?
Because ICE is deporting citizens, and that's not
Can you name one?
Citizens, again. Guys, there's a bubble, we gotta homeschool all the kids, get rid of public schools, jail everybody involved, I don't care.
One U.S. citizen that was deported by ICE?
Not off the top of my head.
And I feel bad for them because, again, it's a brainwashing system they're a victim of. Again, in a very,
You have
very
to be
closed
able to
loop, like
wake
if this
up
is
on
one of
your
my
own.
nieces, I'm sure you can have a conversation with them and you can get them back to reality because they're in this bubble of all these teachers that are very socialist and want to put all these ideas in their head and would probably suspend you if you say something wrong. It's not all their fault.
All right, so she can't name one. Is there anything else ICE is doing wrong?
They're killing innocent people.
Like who?
Renee Good.
Renee Good? Wasn't she actually resisting arrest?
Didn't she give that guy internal bleeding?
No.
She wasn't following lawful...
Again, and here's the thing, I don't blame them because every single article we found when we were covering it was conveniently omitting when she ran her vehicle into them, skidded out the tires, and had the 45-minute video of her dancing in front of them in a vehicle, impeding the federal law enforcement. It's not her fault for not knowing it. It's the entire system that's desperate for her not to know it. So she's out there.
He's right. It is. It's the system sets up so that you don't know the truth. And when they tell you the truth, they code it in a way that messes with your emotional settings in your brain. And that's why it's so important to be aware of how the devil manipulates you, especially emotionally.
Being their useful idiots, and unfortunately, potentially the next victim.
So when the officer said, "Get the fuck out of your car," did she listen?
No, she's
Okay, so she didn't listen to federal lawful orders by a federal agent violating code 1014 of United States Code, Code 18, Section USC 18. That's about 2 years in prison. So she already violated it, right? I mean, he said it. It was on the video.
but she still died.
Yeah, because she backed up. She put her car in reverse. She had two options. Let it get.
Here's always the moving goalpost. Again, it's a student, whatever. But the moving goalpost of they're deporting U.S. citizens. That's why I'm here. Can't name a single one of them. Not happening. Okay, they're ending the lives of innocent people. That's why I'm here. Oh no, she was responsible for the circumstances that caused her demise. It's always going to goalpost move, meaning they don't have virtues, they have marching orders.
Get stuck in the snow behind her or put it in park. But she actually did not do either of those. Put it in drive and floor it.
I don't care. See, I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. I'm still here because I've been so carefully programmed. Your logic does nothing to my emotions.
Killed the ICE officer in front of the vehicle.
She's just trying to protect herself.
So driving into a federal officer trying to protect
herself. And that's the thing. Who is she trying to protect?
She's literally spewing a narrative. Whether her parents repeat it to her teachers, you can hear it, you can see it. Her phone, she's being programmed. I'm so grateful that I was alive in a time where Christ was still respected. And even the Catholic schools walked out in some places, which is so shameful. It's so shameful.
Fraudsters inside Minnesota. None of which have spoken out for her. You know who's spoken out for her? Other liberal women like this person. I guess I can't play the video of her getting ended. But the idea, he suffered internal bleeding. But it doesn't seem like any of the individuals they're representing, the immigrants that are like, oh, the innocent people, they're just trying to live here. They never go out there and march on behalf of good. They don't march.
And let's not forget who she was protecting that day. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I just wanted to shoot this out there before the next video comes because it's even worse than that. We have, I'm pretty sure, American citizens saying they're going to kill their children before ICE knocks on the door, and herself, and we have white people in public just calling black ICE members the N-word, okay? They are the biggest hypocrites of all time. Alright, I'll see you next time.